What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. We're back with the third Pimp C album since his death 8 years ago today. December 4th, 2007 is when he passed away. And like I said, since then we've gotten three albums from him, through, his wife, Rap-A-Lot Records and stuff. But I was looking at these older albums, like The Naked Soul of Sweet Jones and Still Pimpin', and I really didn't remember too much about these albums, besides the fact that Drake was featured on both of them. And it said a lot it said a lot to me when I was thinking about it. Like, I didn't remember these, and then here I am really enjoying Long Live the Pimp. Um, I looked at like the first two albums were, I don't know, they were just kind of thrown together. It felt more so, um, they were Pimp C and Friends albums. There was damn near a feature on every song. So it really didn't feel like a Pimp C album, like a genuine type of album. And I feel like that's where Long Live the Pimp succeeds, because, his wife was involved in it. Juicy J was executive producing it. So instead of having like every song have a feature, you have features that make sense, and then you have solo songs from them. Like, when I say the features make sense, you're not seeing, like, and this is no disrespect to Drake, but Drake really doesn't fit into, like, being on a Pimp C record. They weren't like, they never interacted when he was alive. And I think if you're gonna make sort of a Pimp C album, you gotta have people that were actually, around, like Lil Kiki, Slim Thug, Devin the Dude. Who else is on here? Of course, Bun B, 8 Ball, MJG, David Banner. These are features that just fit, and even Lil Wayne. And there's a couple features on here that don't necessarily fit, according to the definition I'm trying to provide. But like, you look at like the Wavy Bone record that was on A$AP Rocky's album. It's also on here, and it still sounds good. And then you have Ty Dolla $ign on one of the records called Ain't Said Shit. And when you think about it, like, if Pimp C was alive today, I feel like he definitely would collaborate with Ty Dolla $ign and A$AP Rocky. And I think it speaks to like how natural those records sound. They don't sound forced. It doesn't sound like it sounds like a collaboration that you can listen to today. And if Pimp C was still alive, you would think, this collaboration just happened. They were all in the studio together. That's how, natural it feels. I like the skits a lot. I feel like the skits are kind of a reminder of like how good his mouthpiece was. Whenever Pimp C would talk, people would pay attention. You can go in YouTube one of his interviews, and there's probably hundreds of thousands of views, because people would definitely listen when he preached. He would say all kinds of things. And I think it's represented well on these skits throughout the album, just kind of randomly thrown in. And I thought they were good. There's quotables in them. I remember one he was saying, like, if you're stripping, you're just too scared to like be a hoe. Like, get out of that strip club and hit the track. And it's stuff that Pimp C would say. That you're just like, yeah, that's definitely Pimp C. He would definitely say that. Obviously he did say it's him. Some of my favorite songs were Payday featuring Juicy J. I like that Juicy J didn't put himself too much into the album. I think there's 2 or 3 guest features from him, but he's not like overpowering the album. He's not trying to get much out of it for himself. I feel like he was the perfect person to help put together this album, because he wants to preserve the legacy of Pimp C. And his production is good. His executive producing, everything that he did for the album was good. But Payday, I liked it just because of the hook. The hook was really, unique, compared to like a lot of records that are talking about getting money. It's catchy, and that's why I like it. Juicy J, you can hear Juicy J's influence with the hook and everything. My second favorite record was called To Lose a Whore. when I'm listening to the song at the end, I think you know, the record was made in 2002. So it was interesting because this is a record where Pimp C's kind of like trying to sing. Obviously, he's not like a singer. He's not R. Kelly, but he's singing on the hook. And thinking about like 2002, there wasn't too many rappers that were doing this kind of stuff. I mean, now it's more common, but back then you didn't see too many rappers doing that. So I think, if he had put the song out in 2002, it would have been a game changer. It kind of would have paved the way. Like you would respect Pimp C a little bit more because he would have been paving the way for rappers that, you know, add in their own singing to the songs. And B, I think it's also very cool that this record doesn't sound dated. It still sounds like a fresh record. If you didn't know, if he didn't throw in, if they didn't keep the part where he talks about being 2002, you wouldn't even be able to tell at all. My third favorite record was Friends featuring Juicy J and Nas. On paper, Pimp C and Nas seems like a weird collaboration, but when you think about it, Nas has been killing it all year, and he, you know, he did his thing. Once again, you know, he kind of paid tribute to Pimp C. So, yeah, I gotta say, this is like the quintessential Pimp C album, you know, post-death, because the first two really didn't connect with me. I didn't remember them. But this one I'm definitely going to remember because it feels like an album. It doesn't feel like a collaboration album. It feels like an album. You know, with collaborations that fit, stuff of that nature. I know I saw that Pimp C's his sons aren't supporting the album, but that's basically boils down to them not having an involvement. You know, Pimp C's wife apparently doesn't answer their calls or anything, so they didn't have any role in this. And on top of that, they're not getting any you know, royalties out of this. They're not getting paid for it, so I can understand their frustration. But quality wise, it's up to par. Like I said, this will be the album that Pimp C fans will be satisfied with, and ultimately it adds on to the legacy of, you know, the legend Pimp C. Now I got two questions for you to kind of spark the conversation in the comment section below. Number one, does this album do justice to Pimp C's catalog? I talked about it. I want to know if you feel the same way. Let me know your thoughts below. And second question, what did you think about the guest features? Did they fit? Was there anybody you wanted to see that wasn't on the album? You know, let me know in the comment section. Let's talk about the album. And definitely go pick this up on iTunes, in stores, wherever you can find the album. Go get it. And like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Share the video. Follow me on Twitter @SermonsDomain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.